bread doesn't go bad after a day. So why would we just give it away when we could still sell it? Because, well, bread doesn't go bad after a day. And while donating it may be a small act in this world, on this table, it will be big. Panera.
I was studying molecular biology, going to grad school. I started investing a little money for my dad, and I got bitten by the bug. I was a stockbroker, and it's fun, but we all wished we could just follow the markets and talk. My ambition was to be able to pay my bills and not have to constantly be selling. In today's world, I would urge a lot of people to get financially savvy. Squawk Box and CNBC, it is my home. It's the greatest job in the world.
Pricing, of course, that's the conversation of the day with inflation numbers out this morning showing a moderation. We saw that in the new car prices month to month, although used car prices saw a big jump last month. But overall, she didn't sound like someone who was certainly seeing recessionary impact in terms of falling prices or falling demand. She said some of it is GM specific because of the new models and the demand they're seeing right now. But I didn't come away with that interview, even though she's doing cost cuts and planning for, more volatile period, thinking that we're seeing, a big consumer slowdown or anything like that, even push back against the higher rates and the auto loan delinquencies, saying, look, we have a lot of prime customers.
Yeah, the issue really seems to be that new cars are pricing consumers out, and that's why they're turning to things like used cars. That's why that market's getting hot, is there's no one making affordable vehicles, especially in the EV space, other than one company whose margins can afford them.
Tesla. Yeah. And then in China, BYD and the others, lower price cars.
BYD is at even a much lower price point, certainly even than Tesla. It's going to be interesting to see the competition as it sort of evolves between so many of these major players as they introduce more and more of these EV models. She seems very confident in their brand being able to
and profitability. And to others' lack of profitability. I mean, look at Rivian, right? And some of these others.
Well, right. I mean, starting out an auto company, as Elon Musk will tell you, is not easy. There's some really rough times to get to free cash flow, and they're not there yet.
So she's cutting costs on the legacy business, the internal combustions, and investing it behind the EVs. Yep. And I think it's an interesting challenge. The stock is down 1% so far this year because the market doesn't know what to make of the growth prospects at the time of sort of a consumer slowdown. Airbnb, a big mover today, plunging despite its first ever profitable quarter. We're going to break down the numbers in a First on CNBC interview with CEO Brian Chesky next hour. Plus, we'll get the latest on the debt ceiling discussions with the Deputy NEC Director at the White House. Don't go anywhere.
A vacation starts with how you get there. A private jet experience from One Flight's budget. You've got to see this. Plug in your itinerary.
Avocado's certified organic green pillow is a nightly indulgence. With certified organic cotton, latex, and kapok tree fibers, it's organic and non-toxic, sustainable, breathable, totally adjustable, and luxuriously contouring. See why the avocado green pillow has more than 5,000 five-star reviews. Shop now at avocadomattress.com.
aren't just amazing STEAM projects. They're full of awesome moments like this, and this, and this. And when things click, well, then everything clicks. Get your first month free at trykiwico.com.
I love shopping the Real Real. It's Gucci,
Louis Vuitton,
Prada, Hermes, Dior,
Rolex,
Burberry, Saint Laurent.
It's luxury brands up to 90% off retail.
It's 10,000 new arrivals every single day, and they've all been authenticated.
It's keeping it sustainable.
It's finding something one of a kind.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Thousands of new arrivals daily, up to 90% off retail.
The Real Real, where luxury's yours to define.
Shop now and get 20% off at therealreal.com. Terms apply.
Welcome to Marco's going away party.
Who's Marco?
Exactly. Technically,
oh man, damn! That whole time my mic wasn't on. That's crazy. Okay. I had no idea the whole time my mic wasn't on. Sad. Sad story. I'm gonna have to edit that. I'm gonna have to edit that whole beginning part out. Let me send this link out.
Get the stories behind the numbers. There's investing news that impacts your money and your portfolio. And there's business news that impacts your life. And the people behind the business. When the market's closed, we're going to dive into those important stories. From Wall Street to K Street and Main Street. The markets may close. Your money never stops. Last Call is really about spotting tomorrow's opportunities tonight. Brian Sullivan hosts Last Call, weeknights 7 Eastern, CNBC.
And then the accompanying filing from ICON, they said the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has contacted.
What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, bro?
Relating to it and certain of its affiliates.
Ain't nothing, man. They got his game smacked, man.
Oh, damn. What you jumped into a call?
Yeah, I jumped into a call in Meta, man.
Oh, yeah, nah. I jumped into I had a put from yesterday because I didn't think CPI was going to come in that much better than it did today, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't announce it. But I definitely grabbed the put, and it was down a little bit this morning, so I dollar cost averaged in because I saw the pullback coming in, and yeah, so now I'm up on that contract. So I just got SPY puts right now. I didn't play anything else.
Oh, okay.
I'm sitting on these SPY puts. I might shed right here at this level, but I'm not sure yet. This 410.66 is the level I got. That is going to definitely face some support. But if we break through that, we're going down to 408.08. And that's what I really want to sell at. I want to really sell at 408.08. I put that in the Discord yesterday, actually, that I did. I actually did put that in the Discord when I bought these. I wasn't going to, but I did.
I should have played SPY in Meta.
Yeah.
And I should have took my profit on Meta yesterday.
Yeah.
I was up damn near, 80% on Meta.
Oh yeah, dog. You gotta take those. Come on, you know the rules.
Nah, cause I see the gap. I'm like, man.
Nah, man.
I feel like Meta gotta fill up the gap. If I fill up the gap, I'm rich. You feel me? Like.
Yeah, nah. You gotta stick to them rules, man. You got if you don't stick to the rules, that's when we start getting burnt.
Like with 7 Meta. Yesterday I had 7 Meta calls, and I should have took profit. Today I added 2 more.
Right.
I see it dipped a little, so I'm like, alright, it's gonna dip for the bounce. Yeah, right. That shit bounced out to the building.
That shit dipped out the building on you.
Right? That shit went through the floor.
Yeah. When you get that 30% gain, you gotta start thinking heavy. Consider shedding heavy right there at that point. And then
I'm like, damn, because me, I was thinking like, man, Meta do big moves.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I don't mind jumping into Meta and that shit jump up like, $5, $4. I cash out. And you know what I'm saying, move on about my business and catch it up high and go down low again. Yeah, right.
Yeah, nah. You got any levels in on Meta? That's another thing too. I'm gonna tell y'all, don't be trading stocks until you establish your levels on them. Because if you're trading without levels on your stock, then you're trading in the dark. So you want to make sure you got some price levels to know what is going to be support or resistance for you when you jump into a trade. So you know what price points to look out for. Like right now, I got 231.27 as a support for Meta. So if you was gonna look for a bounce, that would be the level you probably want to look for it off of 231.27. But if you see it break through that level, then you know it broke down through a level. So you don't want to jump into a call. It's probably gonna keep falling down until it catches its next support. So that's where the charting comes in, because Meta putting that crazy gap up level from. If you look at the gap up from when Meta took in on, let me see, this was on April 23rd. Go back to April 23rd and look around that day and look how much it jumped up overnight. So refilling something, it could refill that going back down. It could go all the way back down to 213 and find support around. It could find support around 215.76 is the level I got. So it could pull all the way, it could pull all the way back down to right there before really finding any kind of real support because of how quickly it jumped up on that earnings report it had that day. So but after the earnings, it's been finding support at 231.27. That's why I said if it breaks down below that, then it's breaking its earnings support, and then it's going to go back down. It could go back down to its high before that, because Meta was taking off. Meta, you gotta remember how low Meta was. Oh shit, I don't know. You gotta remember how low Meta was at one point. Meta was all the way down to low 100s. Like, that thing was almost in the 90s.
Yeah, because it took off.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like Meta just like you feel me? Test Apple or some shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That shit gonna go bust through the levels.
What is going on with this?
It's looking like a little bounce right here, dude.
Yeah, this little bounce happening on SPY right now. That's why I said that 410.66 level. I seen it wasn't breaking that. I'm gonna have to. I almost want to see the volume on this push back up though, really quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it got good volume on it. I'm about to get out my puts right here. Take my gain.
But after hours, that shit was pushing. I got happy, man.
Oh yeah, after hour push was crazy.
Yeah,
because
CPI.
CPI.
I woke up, that shit's damn near like what 238. You feel me? I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time that shit opens, you feel me? I'm back in the negative.
Yep. That CPI report had a little boost. Now the gap down from CPI pre-market has been filled, so we could bounce off this level because this is where we pushed up from pre-market, pre-CPI announcement.
Yeah.
This is exactly where we were at. Then it jumped from here, and now it pulled back down to here. So now it has an ability to push back up if it could hold this 410.66. If it breaks 410.66 in these next like two candlesticks though, these next two 15-minute candlesticks, then we going down. You got to see it close a candlestick above 411, 411.50. Like one of these candlesticks got to close above that level. Because if not, it's just going to, this is just a fake out bounce. And we're going to push back down.
Yeah.
Let me put this alert in the Discordian. That, let me see.
And now I see what you was talking about, like, and when you leave it overnight, like it's like half of your profit is gone.
Yeah, from the theta, I'm just gonna take it off automatically, no matter what happened with the price. It don't matter. They don't care.
And I seen that thing went back to like the same price it was when I was up, like, you feel me, probably like 50%, 60%. It's like I'm looking at it, it's like 14%, 15%. You're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, I ain't want to flag my Robinhood account too, man. That was the other shit.
Oh yeah, nah, Robinhood, well, now the accounts now they giving you one time reset for life. Like they used to let you reset the pattern day trade at like once every 3 months. Now you can only do it once forever. I'm saying, yeah, that's crazy.
I already did it like probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did it like twice last year. I did it like I was using that joint every time I could, boy. It was people like me that probably made them like, okay, we gotta
right.
We gotta tighten this up because people were just abusing it, or they know how to use it right around that time frame. Or when certain reports come out, they go over the trades just for the reports, and then they'll just put in the forgiveness. But well, I'm like, what is the big deal? Why does it matter so much to y'all? Like, why?
But for real, we should allow flag once a month, man.
Right, like, come on.
That's how I feel.
Especially when they know how much more people or retail traders have come into the market. Like, well, they say they try and do that to protect you from losing your money too fast. So I guess in some cases that could work out. In some cases that could burn you because it doesn't give you the chance to get in out of a losing play and in on a winning side.
I feel. I want Robinhood to be like Weeple, man.
Robinhood, I know if you got a cash account though, you can make as many trades as you want.
Nah, because you gotta have a minimum of 25,000.
Nah, that's in the margin account. In the cash account, I use a cash account on Robinhood, and it's just whatever you trade with for the day, you just can't use it again until tomorrow. So if you got like $1,000 in there, and you use if you use 500 to trade with today, you can't use that same 500 to make new trades. You just got the other 500 you have in there to make more trades with. Or if you use your whole $1,000 in trades that day, it doesn't allow you to make trades again until the next day. So that's how cash accounts work. And you can make as many trades as you want though from day to day with that certain amount of cash. So with that $1,000, you can make as many trades as you want until you use the whole $1,000 in trades. And when you use the whole $1,000, then it's going to put it and say you got to wait for it to clear again tomorrow. So you, yeah.
So what I have a margin account?
Yeah, you must be on a margin account because that's how Weeble works with the margin account. And I got on a cash account on Robinhood. It lets me make as many trades as I want. So you got to go into your settings on your profile. Make sure in the settings that it says you're in a cash account because it may be a margin account still.
So I won't get target as a day trader then?
Yeah, nah, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. Look into that.
I'm going to go check that out right now.
Because after you change it in your settings, it's going to be like, as long as you don't have any outstanding trades or something like that right now, then it'll let you switch it over. But it's going to be like, if you got outstanding trades, you got to give it like 24 hours to settle, and then you can switch it over to a cash account. Google and Microsoft looking strong today. That's what's holding the SPY up right now. Let's see what they're talking about over here.
Want a lawn that looks like this, but your lawn looks a little bit more like this.
Okay. I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I gotta wait for 5 days for it to settle.
Hey, man, listen, it's worth it, dog.
Oh my God.
Nah, when you first started, you don't gotta wait 5 days. Nah, when you started, that's only with bank account. What they allow you to do now, you can link one of your credit cards or debit card. I mean, not your credit card. You can link a debit card that's connected to your checking account and deposit directly from that instantly into your Robinhood. So you don't have to wait 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days is only through the banking. Like if you're transferring from your bank account and you gotta put in the account number and all that stuff.
Mm.
That'll take 3 to 5 days. But they give you another option where you could do instant deposits, but they take like 1% in fees. So you could go ahead and you could put it. I do it through my debit card, and you just link your card to it, and then you could just deposit money straight to the account from the card. And then you could withdraw. You could withdraw instantly too. Once the money is available, you can withdraw back into your account instantly as well.
Okay. I didn't know they had no updates like that.
Yeah, Robinhood trying to make moves, man.
I see.
Robinhood trying to make moves, man. It's looking like the SPY is trying to push its way back up.
Right.
Let's see if it could break.
It might end up at 413 today.
You got to break this 411.50 and close the candlestick above it. I'm watching the 5-minute right now. The 5-minute looks pretty promising. The 15 is still showing weakness because of how fast it dropped over the last 30 minutes. But the 5-minute is showing like it's coming into strength, but it's struggling at this 411.50 level. If I see that break, then I may get out. I may close out the puts that I have left and just jump into the calls. Because that could have been the refill back down to the bottom, like I said, and now we're going to have the true push-up. 413.85 is my ceiling on the push-up, though. Like 413.85 or 414.40. On the two levels, I don't know if we're going to get above those today. But that's where it jumped up to this morning. We was at 414.40. So it could. Yeah, we breaking that level. Yeah, we about to push back up.
Yeah, it's still pushing back up.
Yeah, SPY pushing back up. I'm about to get a lot of those puts.
So you about to get out?
Yeah.
Then I had fucking PayPal, dumbass. God damn, bro. I got out of PayPal because I was down 20%. And then I jumped back in, what it was this morning, for another car. That shit still went down. But I got closer, I got a closer call because I had to fire out the money call.
Okay.
I've been trying to turn little into more. You feel me? Like trying to get little contracts for like what, $8-9.
Right.
You feel me? And turn them into something big. Cause I ain't trying to, you feel me, spend like $60-80 a contract.
Right.
$20 a contract.
Right, I feel you.
So I'd rather get more contracts. I'd probably get like 5 or 6. You feel me? And go from there. But it look like it's about to push up, dude. PayPal. Only down like 17% here. I got 5 contracts. I jumped in another 5. Yeah, man.
I'm positive.
Cause I'm like, PayPal been like going down for the past 2 days. It's like, what the hell is going on? Like, I think it's on sale right now, man.
Alright, let me see something. I'm just trying to put this order in right now. I'm gonna do a 6-day contract. We said 414.40, so I'm gonna get a 415.
So next week.
Yeah, I wanna make sure. I wanna see how we're gonna do off this level right here. If it's gonna reject though. You know what I'm saying? That 411.50. I had it as rejection. I thought it was breaking through. Like it's trying to reject now.
Mm.
Four ten. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta stay. I don't know, though. I think we're gonna resist. I gotta see. I think the puts is gonna play out, but I gotta see. Let me look at the buys and sells. What's the early candlestick over? So we had 240,000 to the downside, followed by okay, 317,000 to the downside. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the 415 calls here. Grab 5 of them. Oh no.
And what's the expiration? 12? No, not 12. Or 19?
Nah, the 5-day one. So the 15th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the 15th with it. What is this? Cancel that. I'm gonna jump into the SPY 5-day 415 calls. They're like at 108 right now. I'm gonna grab 5 of them things and then let's see. I'm gonna order execute. Stop playing. Before this shit breaks this level. Execute, man.
I be hating that, boy.
Yeah, stop playing. Execute my order.
Soon that thing jumped just a little bit.
I needed to execute. I want to execute before this level gets broken. Alright.
God, look at goddamn Coinbase, yo. Yeah. That's crazy. I had a chance to jump in Coinbase on that 58. Now it's at 61. Right, pumping today. Right, been pumping for the past 2 days.
Riot blockchain.
Yeah. CLSK pumping too. That's crazy. Bitcoin is back.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Trust me when I put $300 on Bitcoin when it was down. I'm up right now.
Where's Bitcoin at today?
Bitcoin at 28,000.
Oh, it's still in that level. Yeah, it's in the trough right now. If you look at it.
Yeah, because it had touched what 28.1, I believe. Probably higher than that.
It's been in this little sideways action since March 21st. We've been in this same price level since March 21st, March 20th. So it could be charging up for a breakout. This sideways action right here, I could see that being the case.
Back up to 31.
Yeah, they better have executed my order. That's all I know. Okay, I was about to say, if they didn't execute my order, I was about to be pissed. So I'm in the 415 calls right now.
What you think about TSM? Cause it's too late for me for AMD, boy. AMD took off for me.
AMD can still go though. AMD hasn't broken back into the hundreds, has it? I haven't been watching AMD. AMD's almost back into the hundreds, but it's not there yet. You can still catch AMD below 100. AMD below 100 is a decent play.
Yeah, but I was trying to catch it when it was at, you feel me, 90. You feel me? That was at 90 2 days ago. That's a good play. Till now, $8 swing.
I look at it this way.
I think about selling some far out Gino puts.
Selling?
Yeah.
Oh, you own 100 shares, you can sell puts.
Yeah.
That's the side to be on. But now you know, if you lose that shit, they're gonna take all your shares.
They gonna take my shit,
They're gonna take all your shares.
You know, a couple years ago, like when I first got into Jivo, I made a mistake and I sold some fucking calls, but I ended up coming up off them shits like crazy.
Oh yeah, because you sell calls or
Yes.
sell puts, you got like a set premium that you could gain from that. You know, it's like a set amount that you know you're gonna make, and I think that it could go up a little bit more based on how far away from the strike price you become. But I think it's pretty much set, like what you're gonna make on those when you sell it. It pretty much tells you like how much you're gonna. Actually, it puts into your account. It's supposed to put into your account how much you're gonna make. And then if you don't
Right.
hold out, then it just takes the money back out your account. So,
Okay.
so if you're gonna make $1,000 off of selling a put, then it's gonna put $1,000 extra into your account. But if that gets called, like if you hit that strike price and people are like, all right, we're gonna execute on that, then you gotta be the one to fulfill those trades.
Right.
And they're gonna take that $1,000 into your shares right out your account. TSM though, boss. TSM has a little more runway than IIPR, but the thing with TSM, but the only thing with TSM over AMD is that AMD, and you know America's big into this pushing of chip initiative, and they're doing a lot of funding. So a lot of these chip companies out here are getting free funding from the government to produce chips to make us more competitive on a global scale. So they're going to have an influx of money coming into them that's government money just to increase production and help them create facilities out here. Taiwan, TSM, they're trying to get away from using TSM too much because TSM is not really in our control. And China's trying to take over. I was going to China. They know China's going for Taiwan, so they like we.
They gonna buy that shit.
They're gonna take it, not buy it.
They're gonna take it. Yeah, they're gonna buy TSM. They're gonna take the country, and the company comes with it. We're gonna take Taiwan, and TSM comes with Taiwan. That's part of the package.
Right.
As American, like last year, American politicians kept talking about, I'm not scared of China. I can go to Taiwan when I want. I can go to Taiwan when I want. And then who went there? Who's that cheating ass bitch? I forgot her name.
Pelosi, yeah, she went over there.
She went over there, and she was the last one to go over there. And ever since then, I've been hearing nothing but, we need to start making our own shits.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody going to Taiwan no more.
Nobody's going over there anymore.
Mm-hmm. Somebody probably got put down on over there. Yeah, China told them, do not go to Taiwan. And then Nancy Pelosi she literally said, China don't tell me what to do. I go where I want. And she went to Taiwan. But I was her last time, and ain't nobody been talking about Taiwan since. I guess China told her what to do.
They probably threatened her ass.
They probably did, right.
And Chinese, you know them Chinese slick, man. They got them ninjas, boy.
I'm waiting for this Jigo conference call after hours, man.
That's when they doing their call?
Yeah. They're going to call me at 4:30, and I just got to put in a pin.
Okay.
I have to hear everything live.
The calls is up 10% here. I'm thinking about shedding the contract. I'm going to shed one.
Man, you're not even trying to wait for 4:13?
I'm going to shed one. I got 5 contracts, so 413 is probably where I shed the heaviest, but right here, I take my little 10% and stuff like that. Listen, man, I don't play with the games, man. When I get my games, I take my games.
Hey, I feel you, man.
Because I look at it this way. You could either go for the big wins or you could compound your small wins and keep your losses to minimum to none. Because with big wins, you're going to have to take a risk of taking a loss sometime. Bigger loss, too. So, if you're willing to sit through those big swings, then okay. But me, nah, I'm looking for wins only. I want to get in my trade, and that trade should be a winning trade from the moment I get in to the moment I exit. I don't want it to ever be a losing trade that I have to turn into a winning trade. Like, if that's the case, then it probably wasn't the greatest trade to take in the first place.
Right.
You know?
I hate when I get into a trend, I'm automatically negative.
Right, yeah, that's the worst feeling. It's like, fuck.
You're like,
God damn, I came in at 8% down. Like, what the hell? Like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like those. So I want to come in up, exit up, and then if I end up in a down position, like how this put was down this morning, I would have to see, like, the technicals all aligning up with that put position still for me to dollar cost average in. If it's saying that we're going to start shifting into upswing, then I'm going to exit, I'm going to get into calls. I'm not going to fight the market. The market don't care what I want. You know, like, it don't give a shit what I want, what I'm looking for. It's just like, this is what you're going to get, and you got to work with it. So I'm just working with this hit. Right now, we working with the calls. It's like we shifting up to call momentum, so I got out of my puts. I hit my level, hit 410.66, so it gave me what I was looking for. It's like, you didn't get out. If you don't get out, then you're going to get caught back up in this upswing. Like,
yeah.
And you're going to end up taking a loss.
I'm looking to swing 414. Thought
for the call?
To like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for this last dip right here.
Yeah, if you could catch it at 411.50, if you haven't bought in yet, that'll probably be the best place to catch it around. But 411.50 is support now, so it shouldn't go back below that area.
Yeah, what I've been doing lately is like, if it's a hold a 15-minute candle past a certain level and the idea is supporting it, I go all in.
Right, you go in, right? Because the technicals let you know that this is where you need to come in at.
Right, as long as it could close on a 15.
Not a 5, not a 1. I got to see it on a 15. Yeah, the 15. As soon
as that bitch close past a level on a 15, that shit shoots almost
every time.
Almost every time.
Yep.
It shoots almost every time. Right, like yesterday when it finally held past 1180, that shit just shot up.
It shot up. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It just shot up when it finally had, like, nigga, it took hours for it to do it.
It takes
yesterday, I was not even playing with Spy yesterday. Well, I seen the fuckery, boy. I ain't even playing with it.
Yeah, it was all sideways yesterday. But like you said, but when it breaks a level, when you see the levels break, it usually pushes after that. You get a little action. You get a little heavier action than you probably was getting before once you break a level to the upside or downside. Now, how long does that breakout last? Now, that's the question, because no one could ever tell, like, after you break a level, is that going to last for the next 3 candlesticks, or is it going to last for the next 1? Then we hit rejection and we start coming back down. So that's where you got to look at the other things, like the volume that's coming behind the push, and then the resistance level you got coming to the upside. So right now, the very next resistance we got is going to be 413.05. So I know that if we get a nice push up to 413.05 from this candlestick, I'm a shut a contract right there, because we could face reversing and coming back down. I can't say it's going to keep pushing today. So, and I can't say that until it breaks 413.05. And I don't give the market anything until it shows that it could break and hold above my levels. So that's the only time I make a prediction, like, we're going to push to this next price. We could push potentially to this next price. And I just keep it at a short levels of understanding with SPY. I don't try to get too far ahead of it. Like, oh, we broke we got 413 now. We're gonna see 420 by the end of the week. Like, nah, predictions like that you can't make. You have no idea. So
man, I be trying to make them decisions for the chart, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, when you be looking at the chart, you be trying to draw your little lines and shit. You be like, hey man, that shit should be here by this date.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You telling the spy what to do, like, spy, this is where you need to be by here.
Yeah, like for like gotta get it to be here. All right.
That's funny, but that's how it is, especially when that's at first, because your trend lines and stuff like that are exactly what they are. They're measuring a trend, and the trends, like we know with all trends can be broken. So nothing is 100% science when you're doing trend lines. With levels, you have a better chance with levels, with price levels, because price levels have a long history behind them, especially if you do it off a weekly. You have a long history to go off of that. Every time the stock comes around this price, it has some kind of reaction to the up or down side. So now if it breaks above that level, all right, I could see a good breakout up until the next price level that I have. And then you got to set your price levels, but you got to go back on the chart. That's why when I put the prices in the Discord, I'm like, that's probably one of the most valuable things I could give to you, because you don't have to go back and do all that charting. I already did all the charting for weekly levels. It was more strength.
Yeah, I started doing that.
Yeah.
That shit started helping me more, though. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, man. That shit helps, bro.
Yeah, that's why I've been killing it lately, man, with the little ass, you know what I'm saying, averaging and shit.
And the more faith and confidence I get in that, I might start doing the trades how you do it. Like, I may be willing to take smaller contracts, like more contracts, but smaller price that may be further out the money. Just because those contracts, when you get a certain move off of a price level, like those 8-10 cent contracts go up to like 15-20 cents. That's 100% gain right there from 10 to 20 cents, So it's just what I noticed, that with those smaller contracts that are further out the money, it takes more of a price movement to get them to go up. Like, you got to have a strong price move in order for those things, or a strong amount of volume in a certain direction for them to really move.
And you got to have a lot of contracts.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, that too.
Because I had, like the other day, I had 14 contracts of something, kid. And that shit moved like 2-3 cents. I'm at them there 20%. I'm like, oh shit.
Exactly. That's all it takes. Yeah, all it takes is 2-3 cents, And if you got a lot of contracts, you could be really the benefit of having a lot of contracts is that you could shed a lot,
Yeah.
Like, you could shed, like, I could take off 10 here, I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna shed another 15 here, instead of having one contract where you like, damn, I gotta hold this until I get my desired profit. Like, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking that I like that strategy.
Damn, why should I have two?
Yeah, I like that strategy.
Yeah.
I might start that.
I should have had two. I should have had three. You feel me?
Yeah, right.
Now I gotta sell just to see if I could jump back in.
Right. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that strategy. It has those contracts going to come with more volatility, but if you're playing it off a level and it's a scout play, then I don't see the harm in doing that, especially if you're going to be disciplined in shedding and taking your profits. That just comes with it. You got to have a higher level. Yeah, you got to have a higher level discipline, because those things can reverse on you really quick. So, real quick. So, you got to be real disciplined.
I left it for the overnight. I'm damn near, you feel me, lost half of my goddamn profit.
Yep, just from the theta. Yeah, and the theta kills those contracts. Those smaller ones, yeah, the theta on those will be like, the contract will be worth like 10 cents, and the theta will be like 8 cents. So you're going to lose 80% of your contract value in overnight. Like, nah, that's too much.
You wake up, that shit worth 4 cents.
Yeah, you wake up, that shit went from 8 cents, now it's worth 3 cents. You're like, oh, what the hell happened? The price didn't even move. Yeah. But, those are definitely for intraday plays. You got to be out of those. You can't hold those kind of contracts overnight. You got to be out of those joints.
Word. I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
Yeah, we all learning, man. We growing. That's how we're going to keep growing these portfolios, learning more things.
One of these days, I can take like 100 contracts and, be out in like minutes.
Right, and know how to play it right. Exactly. Yeah. That's the way. That's the wave.
And if we done before 10 o'clock and shit, like, goddamn, nigga, the market just opened.
Yeah, tomorrow. Nah, I'm out though. I'm done. Y'all have fun for the rest of the day. I made my 50 or 40% on this contract I jumped in on.
My coffee ain't even get cold yet, man.
Man, my coffee ain't even get cold yet. Son, what's going on? What's up? Welcome. I didn't even see you sneak in here. Son always coming in all quiet, sneaky. Where is All right, MACD is still pushing up. We still got a good amount of volume to the upside. So 413 could be on the way within the next 2 candlesticks. We had 3 green candlesticks, 3 15-minute green candlesticks, so that's a good sign. Whenever you have 3 back-to-back candlesticks of the same in the same direction on the 15-minute at least.
They have 3 green candlesticks right now. I should be up. That's because I was in.
Yeah, you got 3. Yeah, you should be up, man.
Let's see. I'm about to check right now. I had to wash some dishes real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I gotta put these Caleb zones on. Let me see.
23%.
All right. I was wondering. All right, I didn't have my Caleb zones on. So right now, at 4:12:15, we just entered a Caleb zone, which was serving as resistance to the way back up. But the Caleb zone lasts from 4:12:10 all the way up to pretty much 4:12:90. So it's still, if we hit 4:13, we know we've broken above a Caleb zone and we're getting us new support levels. So that's double bullish. That's 2 bullish signs right there. We broke a zone and we're holding support above a price level. So that's where these indicators and stuff come into handy, because once you set your price levels and you understand the movements off of those, now you can add in the other indicators to give you further confidence behind the move. Like, oh, it's going to be, once I break this level, it didn't only break my level and hold, it's also above a Caleb zone, and then it gives you more and more confidence in the move, you know? But don't depend solely on the indicators. I always say that, because the indicators, I've seen candlesticks blow right through indicators before. But your price levels should be pretty solid, because those come with much more history behind them. But I think Caleb zones go off a little bit of more recent trading history. That's why they develop these Caleb zones and these resistance and support zones, kind of like the fib levels.
They probably go off of what, last year levels?
Yeah, I think the fib levels that they come up with the Caleb zone, I'm not sure. I gotta look at his formula and research it, but I think it's probably going off maybe the last week of trading, and the strong buying and selling demand zones that were created in that last week or two, and then they just use those to create these zones. See what's happening. 4/12/27. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here. Let's look at some news. What's going on in the news right now? So, crypto exchange Bittrex files for bankruptcy after a run-in with the SEC. The SEC is coming out ready to shut down exchanges. They said FedNow has to come out this summer. So, we about to shut y'all all down now. It's our time. We putting out an exchange.
Oh man, it's gonna be problems.
Yeah, so I'm worried about I'm kind of worried for Coinbase, bro. Coinbase may have to go overseas. Coinbase may have to become an international company because of their inability to, I guess, meet these SEC regulations that none of these exchanges seem to be able to really meet on any consistent level without the SEC constantly giving them headaches. So if that's going to continue to be the case, what you'll start seeing is these exchanges they just won't work in the U.S. anymore. They'll just be international companies. And then the only thing that'll work in the U.S. will be whatever the U.S. wants to work out here, which will probably be the FedNow system that they're going to have complete control over.
Yeah. I think that's what's gonna go in place for real.
Yeah, that comes out in July.
Coinbase leaves America. That's gonna be terrible for the crypto space.
Nah.
We're gonna have to pay more fees.
Right.
Now it's gonna be an out of state.
That's gonna be terrible for all the crypto because everybody else gonna be looking like, God damn, the most regulated thing in America regarding crypto is out of here.
Mm-hmm. So you already know they don't want Binance here. Binance is Asian controlled. You already know they don't want Binance to operate out here. So they're gonna.
It's not Asian controlled. It's not. Binance is a Canadian company.
Who's the CEO though?
CZ. He's also born in Canada.
Yeah, they ain't messing with him. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care.
Asian descent. CZ said himself, this is not a Chinese company. And he literally said like this, would I take the risk of saying this is not a Chinese company if it was a Chinese company?
Yeah.
Because you know damn well them people will fucking ragdoll you. You know,
yeah.
Crazy shit. Remember the founder of Alibaba was missing, was kidnapped for a whole year one time.
Yeah.
By the government of China, bro.
But this is how you know, because look at the same thing. If you look at the same thing is going on with TikTok, bro. Because of Asian faces on it, I don't care if you were American born. I don't care if you were in Canada. You are the enemy. And that's how America is operating. I don't care where you were born. If you are in control of an entity or something that is going to be able to influence or control masses of our people, and you don't look like a Caucasian white male, we're gonna give you problems. We're coming with problems for you. If this was a black guy, he was gonna face problems. Okay, they would have found. Okay, they wouldn't have said it was international. They probably wouldn't have said it was something with China. They would have came up with some other shit. And it was just like, we cannot let you be the one that has control of this. We gotta have control. I don't care what we got coming with. And the Asian guy's like, yo, I was born in America. I don't even know how y'all could treat me. Nah, I don't care. I was born in Canada. I don't care. You look Asian, and we could market it as that, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to say this is an Asian run, and the Chinese are spying on us using it, and people will believe it, bro.
Yeah, they'll believe it.
Because everything you just had to explain to me, I could just say he's an Asian, and they work in collusion with China. People are going to believe that 10 times faster than, oh, he's an Asian from Canada. Maybe he's not. Nah, that people got to think too much for that. That's too much thinking. People don't want to think that much. And you said it was a black guy saying that? No, I'm saying that if our media was to do that, when our media pushes it out there and says, all right, these are companies that we feel threatened by due to Asians being the owners of the company or the heads of the CEOs. People are automatically connecting them with our U.S.-China relations and how we have issues with China. Now you come out and say, oh, this person's really born in Canada, et cetera, et cetera. Like, people don't want to even think that hard. They're not even trying to consider all that. They just see him as an Asian, and that's it. Like, this is China versus America. And that's how simple-minded so many people are. It's sad, but it just is. And the media could manipulate it in that way. So I see them pushing that, just like what do you call it with the who was that? With TikTok. I was gonna say with TikTok. TikTok is a social media company. They try and say it's controlled by Asian government. No matter how much this guy testifies in front of Congress and politicians, they don't care. They want to ban this shit, and that's what they're gonna push to have happen.
TikTok gotta go.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's like that's the reality of how our government is going to operate, and it's for ultimate proprietary control because they don't want another country having another nationality having such heavy control in certain industries that they feel are very important to controlling the masses. Social media is one. The crypto space is going to be another. They didn't think it at first, but now they're seeing how serious it is and how much influence it's going to have. Now they're like, oh shit. We got to flush out everybody else that's a big player in this, and we're going to come in with our system and have people entrusting to us because they're going to have a track record of how all these other companies messed up, did all this kind of crazy shit, lost people's money, Sam Bankman-Fried. All that stuff is going to be in people's mind when they think of crypto, and they're going to be like, well, I could do it through those exchanges, or I could do it through something that's secured by the American government. And there's so many companies and businesses going to flock to whatever the American government is supporting and backing. It's just how it's going to play out, because they're going to feel like that's where their highest level of insurance comes in. Even though, as we see through this banking crisis, that the American government can only insure you up to so much money. And even then, they may not want to guarantee your deposits up to after a certain amount. So I don't know how they're going to work in and finesse it, but they're going to do something with the FedNow system in a way where they're going to still be able to remain as the world reserve capital. We want to remain the world's reserve currency and keep that dominance. And I think they know that they're going to have to go into digital field to do so, but they got to eliminate the competition. And Binance, Coinbase, all these exchanges that are not going to be in alignment with exactly what they're looking to do, it's going to be the competition, and we're going to crush you because we can. It's really a bully game.
I'm hearing a lot of people talking about buying physical assets, physical tradable assets like silver, gold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because people are worried about what's happening with the value of currencies. Like, if currencies start to lose value and there's a scramble for what currency is going to hold the most value, the only things that are really going to still have value are actual assets. Actual assets. Like, if you got access, it's going to be things that are tradable, like fresh water, agricultural stuff, gold, silver, oil. Let me see. Some kind of electricity generation to generate energy. You got something that generates energy. Those are going to be the things that are going to hold value and remain and keep value to them while currency's going crazy. And those are the things you're going to be able to take to any country and receive some kind of currency in exchange for it. If I come to a country and I could provide you some kind of energy source or produce some kind of energy for you, then you're going to give me some kind of currency in exchange. If I come out there and I give you some gold, you're going to give me some kind of currency. If I come out there and I have oil, a supply of oil I could bring to you or have shipped over here, then that gives me value. So that's what I'm saying is we got to build up our ownership and resources and assets to really make sure we're going to be solid in the future. Like, we got to, money, actual physical cash money, and even in digital currency, it's probably the thing you should hold for the shortest period of time. That should be your short term. Your long term, you got to figure out where to take that cash and digital money and where to put it, where it's going to be protected or where it's going to grow for you. So that's what the whole game is. You never want to be always holding on to so much. You want to hold some liquid because you want to have flexibility to make certain moves or live your day-to-day life, but the majority of it should be into things that are either assets that have value to them and growing in value, like you said, like gold and stuff like that, or oil, or freshwater sources and energy production. It has to be invested and held into stuff like that. And you can always draw out of it because those things, you can always sell off a piece of it to get liquid if you need it. But that's where most of your money needs to be funneled into and focused into, is ownership of assets. The more assets you own, the less liquid you really need to have, in honesty, because people are willing to loan you so much money because they know you own so much assets. So you don't have to have liquid. You be like, yeah, I want to do this. Let me get a loan for $50,000. All right, what do you own? Oh, shit, look at all this stuff you own. Oh, yeah, of course. Just put this up as collateral. We'll loan you $50,000. Okay, you can get that money anytime. But the assets are hard to get. The assets are the one things that take time to build up and own over time. But we're starting it. We're doing it with this stuff like stocks. We're doing it with the bonds. We're doing it with and getting into more physical long-term assets. Like we talking about buying and owning land, or having ownership over access to a certain resource, or being able to produce a certain thing. Like that's gonna really produce for us our long-term wealth.
I think I'm playing the average down right here on spot on that little pullback.
We got we're resisting in this Caleb zone right now. We at the very bottom of that 412.10. I tell you at the bottom of Caleb zone is right there. It's like resisting off of it. But it's still early in this 15-minute candlestick, so I'm gonna give it until 12 o'clock and see where this candlestick closes at. Son, you not making any trades today?
I think I'm gonna buy 2 more right here. See if I could get it any cheaper.
Are you on dollar cost averaging? Let me see where my contract is at.
Yeah.
Oh, my contract is still up 5%. See, I sold that one contract at 10%. Now we have 5%. I could buy back in. Have to.
Right now I'm down 5%.
If we're gonna make the move, I think now's the time because I think it's about to start taking back off.
Yeah, right.
I think now or never.
That's why I was waiting on the.
Fuck it, I'm buying one contract. I'm buying one more. Fuck it, I'm buying one more. I'll buy one right here. Let's see. I'm in. I just grab one more. See if I catch it. Oh no! Oh, execute! Oh, it's pushing back up. Execute before you push back up. Come on, pull back down a little bit. Oh man, if it don't go in, then it wasn't meant to go in. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it be.
Yeah, my shit executed too. So
yeah, mine executed too.
Let's see, man. Come on, Spy. Spy, don't fail me now. And I should have did that play on TSM too, like I was telling you. Cause that shit had went up too.
TSM right now, I'm not sure. Let me put on the 15.
It was, but it had touched the what you call it, the 85.
TSM.
Yeah, TSM.
I got a level on TSM at 82.95 for support and 87.74 in resistance. So it's in between those two levels for me right now. Yeah, intraday level, those are weekly levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are big weekly macro levels. But intraday, if you want to look at intraday level, you're looking at hold on. You're looking at 85.53 as an intraday resistance, and the support is going to be at 84.42. Is where you'll find support.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, come on.
Keep bouncing too.
What's Spy doing? Spy is rejecting off this Caleb zone heavy, boy. That's why these Caleb zones are important, man. This zone right here, those Caleb zones usually pretty strong. If you get a breakthrough, and it's very bullish sign. Or if you break down, it's very bearish sign. It's resisting off that line. It is not going through. It is really struggling at 412 now. Let me look at volume. Volume is 111,000 sales to 60,000 buys on this candlestick. So it's light volume on this candlestick because earlier we was having like 300,000 buys, 200,000 sales. So volume is going down. It's lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah, wait for them to come back from lunch.
Yeah, as long as we don't go down below 411.53, we should be okay. 411.53 is support. We should not go below that.
We go below that, boy. We seen 4.9 today.
Yep, I'm out of there. See that? I'm out.
And from 4.9, we seeing 4.5.
Yeah, my contract's a neutral now. I was up 5%. Now we at neutral.
You at neutral. I'm down. Let me see. You down neutral? Yep, I'm down 10%.
Yeah, see, I gotta 411.53. We gotta catch support there. We can't break down below that.
No way.
All right, let's go back to the news. Let's see what's happening in the news today.
'Cause, you know, I was looking at the news. I was like, damn, this shit looking kind of crazy.
411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53. 411.53 message
And it was
me.
like some type of report was coming out today or something.
The CPI report came out today.
And so, was it good, bad?
It was good. It came in a little bit lower than expectation, not very much lower. It was expected to be 5%. It came in at 4.9. So inflation, so it shows inflation is coming down at the rate they're expecting, but 4.9 is still high. They wanted to get down to 2. 2% is the goal, so we still got a long way to go to get to 2. So now people are thinking like, is that enough of a drop for Feds to pause rate hikes going forward? Because that's going to be the whole question before the whole next Fed decision is like, is this the decision where they say they're going to pause and stop rate hiking? So this next decision is major. Everybody knew they were hiking on this last one. Everybody knew they're going to hike. So this next one, people are not sure. They're not sure if they're going to hike or if they're going to pause. They definitely know we're not going to cut rates yet. But the hike or the pause is what's going to be in question. If they come out and pause, then the market will start pushing up. If they come out and say we still got to hike because inflation is not coming down fast enough, oh, we're going to pull back. Because nobody wants them to keep hiking. Nobody. Especially not the banks. Especially not regional banks. Big banks probably don't care because big banks are getting some crazy deals right now. Buying up the smaller banks for cheap. Cheap.
But cheap right now, bro.
Getting the whole bank, getting all their customers and all their money, all the deposits and everything for a discount. For like 70% off of its actual value. Like JP Morgan, Chase. I don't know, Bank of America. I haven't heard of Bank of America purchasing any of the smaller banks yet. But I definitely know Chase has.
Nah, I ain't hear nothing.
I know Chase bought First Republic Bank. I know that.
I'm still trying to buy that. That thing for sale right now, man. They at what, 40-something cents?
I think gold is at a record high right now. The value of gold.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Oh, it was. It jumped up to an all-time high on Wednesday. Oh, that was this morning. This morning it jumped up to an all-time high. Gold was at $2,046 an ounce this morning. That's crazy. That's crazy because if you look at it, the value of gold in October of last year was $1,600 an ounce. Now it's at $2,020 an ounce.
It's getting back where it was. Because gold was expensive, like during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's back up there. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. It was right at that 2000 level. Yep, that's exactly where it was during the pandemic. Right around there, 2000. Because those are the things that people turn to when they're worried about money, the economy, everything. People go to the good old fashioned things of value: gold, silver, agriculture, commodities. All those things skyrocket in value when the market is in question or economies are in question. But yeah, gold is right back at this level. Let me start putting some levels in on gold. Let me add. It's important to keep an eye on the value of gold and silver. You know what I've been looking at more recently too? I've been looking at lithium companies. Companies that do lithium production.
Yeah.
I've been looking into some more of those. Because all these electric batteries coming out, that's what they need, lithium.
That's true.
I got a few companies to add to the watch list. I'm gonna name them off in a second and put these price levels in on gold real quick. Let's try maybe ban my shit. I almost forgot. Good old gold, man. Takes money to make money. It's like so much stuff I want to own, but it's like you don't want to be spread too thin with a smaller amount of capital. As the capital builds up, then I'll start diversifying more and more.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, because I definitely have an eye for some good shit. Like gold would definitely be something I want to keep in the long-term portfolio. Just own gold. I want to know how much it costs to get a gold brick made. I mean, I'm pretty sure it costs the cost of the gold, whatever the gold costs, and how much you're gonna have put into a brick. But I want some gold bricks, man, and some gold coins made. I know there's a way to get it done.
Yeah, all you gotta do is go to the jeweler, cause they get it by the brick.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cause either get it by like the little ounces, or he could get the whole brick.
Okay.
Cause a lot of people, the ounces are more popular, and they're like the little microchips and shit.
Okay.
You can stack them up on your vault. You feel me? You got a couple ounces in there.
Okay, I'm out these calls right here, bro.
You out?
Yep. Take this 10% loss. Take this 10%.
So y'all think ain't no bounce for it, huh?
You know, today I don't think we ain't getting no move today. We're gonna sit in this sideways, or we gonna touch 408 and come back up. But there's a Caleb zone right below 410.66. That's why we keep finding that support whenever we get below 410. There's a little support all the way down to 410 before breaking into 409. There's always a heavy support sitting there. So this could be a replay from earlier where we had the push down and then coming back up and then push down. Like the market is not making any kind of real decision today.
Hopefully it's not a trap.
It won't really. Only thing it gave me today was that put play earlier, and then that was it. It's been trying to take money from me ever since.
When was that 413 earlier?
Yeah, because you look at the MACD, it's getting back into weakness now. It was coming into strength on the 15. Now that just went to complete reversal because volume back to the downside picked up heavy. So I'm good. Y'all got that.
Right.
That's why I say keep my losses small. Yeah, I keep my losses small. You can recover. Every day in trade is not a winning one, but as long as you keep your losses short and small, then the bounce back is much easier.
VIX is up 3%.
Yeah.
Wait, it's down 3%. I mean,
down 3%. Oh yeah.
SPY should be up.
Yeah, but it's in the intraday. It took a nice little fall today, and now it found support at 1661 is where I see it finding support.
Oh, 1677.
Damn, that's a good thing. If I would have my eye on the VIX, I probably would have saw this coming. Got to keep the VIX up. The VIX is
right.
VIX will tell you things.
To the VIX. I'm like, ain't no way. You should be doing this to the nigga right now.
Yeah, the VIX is bouncing off of that 1660 level, and it's pushing up. The resistance is at 1857, so it could push all the way up to 1857 before seeing resistance, and that could push us down to like 408 if it goes up that high.
That's 49.
Yeah, for sure. So, but right now has an intraday resistance is creating on the way up at like 1748. But if it gets above 1748, then yeah, we probably gonna keep pushing down. Yeah, I got up out of that trade though, and they could have that 10%. I took my little loss for the day. Lost a good $80. That shit is tragic. But, you know, that's alright, because I look at my long terms, they make me feel better when I see Microsoft, Apple, and IIPR in the green. Speaking of which, son, what's going on with your IIPR? We coming back up, right? Son is in IIPR with me. Yeah, that's a long position. That's a cannabis play.
Okay.
So it's a long-term cannabis play right there. And they pay good dividends. It's one of the main reasons why we into them. They pay like a dollar and I think what they up to now, $1.50 a share. And they only $70 per share, and you're gonna get $1.50 for every share that you own. You could rack up those dividends. You could do that math in your head. For every 100 shares, you're getting $100 in dividend payments every quarter. And you look at it, every 1,000 shares you own, you're getting 1,500 in dividend payments every quarter. So I'm just trying to work my way up to 1,000 shares, so I could get.
What was the symbol again?
IIPR. They're cannabis. Yeah, IIPR. Innovative Industrial Properties.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, they're a cannabis REIT. If you were getting in on it, that was a good time, because now they're right near their lows, bro. Like I said, my stop out on them is that if they break below $60, I get out the whole trade. But I could see them getting all the way back up into the hundreds. At one point, they were at 200 and something. They were at like $240 a share. But they started off where we're at now. They started off at like $40, $50. If you go to the weekly chart and look all the way back on their journey and see how the company grew over time, when cannabis market becomes legalized, they're going to take off crazy, because they own so much property throughout the United States that they lease out. What they do is they buy property and they lease it out to cannabis growing companies. So that's how they're involved in the cannabis industry. So a lot of cannabis growers and other cannabis companies that do production, lease property from them, and they do their growing on their land, but they're underneath these leases, like these 40, 50-year leases that they're paying these certain rates on, and that's how they're able to pay such a high dividend. So it's more like a real estate company. It's like a real estate cannabis play. You know, that's why I like it. It's not a pure cannabis play, so if things don't go completely right with cannabis, as they haven't been, this will still hold up strong as it has been, versus a company like CGC, Canopy Growth, went from like $50 down to like 50 cents because of how bad cannabis, you know, because it's just a cannabis company. It has nothing else behind it but cannabis. Like, this has real estate. They actually own property. So it's like, okay, they have some kind of stable value or resource that they own under them that gives them value. So we holding in right now, man. I got him. My dollar cost averaged in at like 60 when it got down to like 68, and I was like, that's the last time I'm doing it. If it breaks below 60, I'm out. But now it's back up to 70, and it's working its way back up. I think we about to have that recovery bounce.
Yeah, that shit, it was at 63 at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was love.
Yeah, I mean, best place. I was trying to catch it right around there, but I caught it at like 68.
Yeah.
And then
it's a nice play though.
And they pay good dividends, man. You ain't gonna find a company paying that much dividends.
Yeah, you right. I'm gonna put that thing on my watch list, boy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna, especially a cannabis company that's gonna be paying dividends. Nah. Ain't no way. But I say look back at the weekly chart and look at how it's been performing. Even go back to look at it from like 2020 till now. Like 2020 and April of 2020 was the last time.
Yeah, because that thing went up to like damn near 280.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't been a buy order on it yet. It's still on the sell.
On the weekly, right? Still in the sell trend.
I was looking at the daily. The daily is now on the uptrend.
Yeah, the weekly.
Bouncing off that.
Well, we gotta get above. We gotta get above 88.56 to go back into a buy trend on the weekly. So that's the golden number we looking for. I'm glad you called that out. 88.56. That's the number we looking for on IRPR. You could wait till then. You don't have to rush to get it now. If you wait till 88.56, you know that's when we reverse into a buy trend on the weekly. You can start buying in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can still ride it up, but at least you had the confirmation of the trend is now on your side. Like we are hoping that the trend comes back on our side. That's why I said if it goes down to 60, I gotta get out if it goes below 60 because I don't know how much further it could go down after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I'm kind of in like no man's land, really high risk territory. But if you want to jump into it and have good support behind you, then yeah, that price level, that 89, 88 level is the best place to come in at.
Okay.
But yeah, keep them on the watch list, man. That's a good dividend play.
Right. Put some side money aside for that, man.
It's easy math. Every share you own is going to be $1.50 in dividends. So I say every 1,000 shares is going to be $1,500 in dividend payments. Now, let's say the price of the stock goes back up to $200, and you caught them a lot of those shares at underneath $100. Now you got the dividend payments and the value of the stock went up crazy for you.
Right.
So that's why that's my long-term play, man. That's one of my babies right there. But if it breaks below 60, we won't be my baby no more. We're going to have to break up.
Right.
It's over. Let me see. SPY. Yep, SPY still breaking down. Yeah, see, I got about it there. SPY don't know what it's doing. I was going to try to bounce up this lane. I'm good on SPY, man. Not today. Today was not the day. I'm about to shut down the live stream real quick. I'll be on the YouTube stream and Twitch at the same. YouTube and Twitch. I get my live video streams up. Vic, what's going on, bro? I haven't seen Vic in a minute. Let me see something. Let me get this. Turn this down.
Come on, Spy, don't fail me now.
Some puts right there, but held some, thinking that it was going to reject and push down further. It didn't. So took a little bit of loss on the puts I was holding right here. Reversed that into calls. The calls was pushing and broke my level. Had confidence in it again that it could possibly get up to 413 level, but it got rejected by this Caleb zone right here. This red block is the Caleb zone. It got rejected at the bottom of that, and it wasn't able to break up. So I sold out on my calls right here on this rejection for a 10% loss. So today was a very sideways, choppy, iffy day. Tomorrow or next trading day will be better. Thank you for joining. Hope you were able to learn some things about price levels. We talked about crypto today. We talked on a variety of topics. Hope you were able to pull something out of this, and look forward to you joining me next trading session.